Well, here we are again. Some fantastic racing to look forward to. We've had a wonderful festive period, haven't we, boys?
Have indeed. Spoiled.
Absolutely. But, you know, here on in, all roads lead to Cheltenham, eh?
Oh, yes, definitely. Happy New Year to you all three.
Yes, Happy New Year to you, mate. Right, well, obviously, without any racing to sort of talk about, because we did that in the last video, we'll just dive straight in. So I believe Mark's got some more advice for another jockey. So go on in, Mark.
Thanks for chucking me in the deep ends there.
You're more than welcome.
Well, I'm just going to do what Chapman would normally do on ITV Racing. I'm going to talk about the Welsh Grand National in a minute, but I'm moving over to the 255 at Kempton first. The Ladbrokes Silvaniaco Conti Chase, Grade 2, 2 miles, 4 furlongs, and the Jamie Brownlow, 110 important yards. Current good to soften up. I'm going straight out with the favourite Imperial Aura for Kim Bailey and jockey David Bass, currently 6-4. Now, it's a very, very strong field, but going on its last performance at Ascot, which to me was the standout performance of that weekend, and it absolutely destroyed only a small field with Itchy Feet and Real Steel, with Black Hawk, which I believe was pulled up. Now, Mr. Fisher, a horse who was very convincing in its last time at Cheltenham. Here's the punchline. Master Tommy Tucker for jockey Harry Cobden. Sorry, Harry, but again, I think you've chosen the wrong horse there, son. Riders on the Storms, another one. Clondell Castle, top notch. Some top quality horses entering in this race, but Imperial Aura is a current price for, I believe it's the Ryanair Chase that it's been entered into, 11-2. Tying horns with Min and another few top horses. I think this horse is the real deal. I think it's a real world-class horse. And as you stipulated, all roads now lead to Cheltenham. Every performance and every race is vital to where they end up going at the Cheltenham Festival. Ground conditions and the weight, I don't think it's going to be of any concern at all. Sean, I love the way you shake your head, whether you agree or disagree. I love it. I love this battle. But I think if it wins on Saturday, which I think it will, I think it will smash the odds up for the Ryanair Chase if it does stay in that route. Min will be a fantastic battle, and it's what obviously we all hope to see. So that is my first selection. For selection number 2, I'm going for the 310, the Cole Welsh Grand National Handicap Chase, 3 miles, 6 furlongs, and the important 130 yards. Current ground conditions, I believe, is heavy. Speculation over whether it will be cancelled again. You're going to love this. I've gone for an each-way selection, 20-1, Rion Long Rouge. For David Pipe and jockey Connor O'Farrell. Fair enough. It's not really had many races at Chepstow. It won a Veterans Handicap Chase back in 2019 at a weight of 11 stone 9 on softer grounds. It's not really been that impressive in its run-up to previous races that it's had, but its most impressive standout was William Hill Beecher Chase at Aintree at a lower weight of 10 stone 7. Sean, I believe your selection, Kimberlite Candy, it was second. Jamie's selection, LeBroux, or I think it's
LeBroux,
LeBroux. And some other horses that are entered into the Welsh Grand National with Yala Enki, which was a faller, and Ramses Tatili, which finished, I think, 7th in that race. So its form on heavy grounds isn't fantastic, but if it brings that form from the last race, some bookies will pay quite big prices. Then I think it stands every chance of nicking a place here and now, or even go on and win the race. But obviously, fingers crossed that the Welsh Grand National and the meet itself at Chepstow will go ahead.
Yeah, obviously, what with the weather, it still might not go ahead. So I've been reading rumours that it might be cancelled once again, but we'll have to just see on that.
Yeah, so I say they're my two selections, lads, the 255 and the 310.
Okay, mate. All right, fair enough. Well, I'm going to go second because I hardly got any time last time. So,
Mark.
Yeah, my first one. I'm sticking Chepstow, and that will be the Grade 1 Coal Juvenile Hurdle, 125. Now I'm going and hoping for a little rare sunshine for Cheveley Park, given the tragic news they had recently. And that is, if I pronounce it right, Quilixios or something like that is pronounced. I've got to be honest, lads, this also looks like another absolute belter for them. It's won 3 out of 3 with anything in hand each time. Last time, Jack Kennedy won by 20 lengths going away. Before that, Dennis O'Regan ridden it, won by about 12 lengths. Prior to that, it won by about 13 lengths before being picked up and moved to Elliott's. It's one on heavy, it's one on yielding, and it's one on soft. So the soft side of the conditions shouldn't bother it in any way, shape, or form. It's a tough race because obviously it's taking on Duffel Coat Mark, which is one that you've picked out before. Idagio for David Pipe and Nasalam for Gary Moore. But I just think this could be another elite horse. It's a first attempt at a Grade 1. And we all know that Ballyadam didn't quite sort of live up to the mark in the last Grade 1. What did he finish? About 4th, I think. But then that had won a Grade 1 prior to that. So I suppose really what I'm saying is this is a very good yardstick on its progression, on its development. If it can turn up and command a field like this, then I truly think it could be a very, very, very good horse again. We all know that they've got a decent arsenal now with your Envoy Allens and and a few others chucked in there. What's it called? Sir, I've forgotten the name of it now. Sir something or other. I looked it up earlier on. I can't really think of the name of it now, but
I know what you mean now.
Just in those colours, those Cheveley colours, I say some tragic news, but they have got some really good youngsters there. I remember reading about it a little while ago. A couple of articles on like the Racing Post, whatever. Keep an eye on the ones they've got coming through. They've bought some really good horses lately. So I think that it's got every chance of winning. And if it can stamp its authority on a decent field like this, then I do think it could be. I know it's early, but it could be an Envoy Allen, the sky's the limit type scenario.
Yeah, it can go on from there. Basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
that's my first choice. My second choice, I'm sticking with a selection from our last video. That'll be the Relkeel Grade 2 hurdle at 220 at Kempton. I'm sticking with McFabulous by Paul Nicholls, trained by Paul Nicholls. Harry Cobden, he's confirmed, as so it would seem, according to the internet. As I said last time, it's going to be a tough race with Call Me Lord on the blind side, Thomas Darby. But I think it looks winnable for him. He's down in trip a little bit. Last time out, obviously, he bumped into Paisley Park and Time Hill. And we know how good they can be or are. So the trip won't be a problem. Obviously, there's no sort of uncertainty as to jockey horse combination. I just think he's got a fabulous chance. Again, it's another tough race, and another good yardstick to sort of test just how good he is.
I think it's very good on that one. Like I say, just it come up against 2 horses that were destined to duel against each other this season, wouldn't they? So,
yeah. And prior to bumping into them, it was on a good run of form,
Yeah, exactly. It's like you say, when you're going up against those sort of horses who the spotlight was on them, wasn't it? Really, I mean, you could argue that McFabulous was that enigma in that race that could have upset the apple cart.
Exactly.
So in a race like this, you could kind of see that it's winnable for him in that respect. Isn't it?
They say he
Sir
wasn't a million
Gerard.
miles behind the both of them, was he? So
No, Sir Gerard. That's the
one. Yeah, sorry, Sir Gerard. Yeah, I did look.
But yeah, but I know what you mean about McFabulous. Yeah, there
Yeah.
is massive potential in that horse, isn't there? Just
yeah, I think so. Yeah, as you say, it's just I think they're both. I don't take a genius to work out they're both decent horses, but
yeah.
like I say, this should be a good yardstick to just see can they go that next level.
Yeah.
And I'll be very surprised if they, even if they don't win, I'll be surprised they're not in the mix.
Yes.
Even they get touched off or maybe cut loose by a length or two. I do expect them both to be well and truly in the mix on the turn for home, and I expect it to be there or thereabouts, even maybe if they don't win, because as I say, there are some other good horses in these races, so I'm not sort of counting them out. I just think that yes, I'm really looking forward to seeing how well they do. I think it's, like I say, a great yardstick on how they're going to progress and can they go to that next level.
Exactly.
So that's my two choices. Come on in, Jamie. Let's see who you like then, mate.
Rightio. For Saturday, I'm gone for the Wincanton 205, the Dipper Novice Chase Grade 2, 2 miles 4 furlongs, and the important 35 yards. I've gone for Hitman, ridden by Sean Bowen, trained by Paul Nichols. He really impressed me when I first watched him on TV running at Foss-Lass, winning by 30 lengths.
Wow.
He beat Highway. Was that where he beat? I mean, I know Highway 102 had already was a favorite, wasn't he? But Hitman absolutely jumped him into submission that race.
Oh, absolutely.
He'd already won the race regardless of Highway 102 falling. He was fantastic.
I mean, obviously, it was a small field. It was like 5 runners and 3. I think it was 3. Just 2 pulled up, 1 fell, and then he won by 30 lengths from Mac the Man, Evan Williams, and I think he's won a next race. He jumps well over fences because all the French imports, they always jump really well because they always start early in their career.
Yeah.
Then he ran in the second time over Sandown in the Henry VIII Novice Chase, and he finished behind All Mankind by 2.5 lengths. Still a very good run. Still a very good run, especially against All Mankind. He was still trying to get to him, even though it was a short distance. I think it was like 2.5 miles. This time he's up in trip this time, so it'll be interesting how he does in this distance of 2 miles 4, and especially going around Wincanton, because it's quite a reasonable, nice, like a little bit of undulating, but it's a nice, like a jumping circuit. So I'm wondering if he'll do really well. I've seen the odds at 5 to 1, so it'll be a reasonable, like each way. But I think the main danger one is the what Mark mentioned before in a previous video. Dan Skelton and Harry and his brother rode him, and he's in the same colours. React or something.
Yeah.
He's running in this race as well, and he's like odds on. But I really do think this Hitman, I think he will do really well in this race anyway. So that's an each way selection for me for Wincanton. And my next one is we're going to do a little bit of a tussle here, Mark, for Chepstow 310, the Welsh Grand National, Grade 3, 3 miles, 6 furlongs and 130 yards. Well, my first selection I've gone for is Christmas in April, trained by Colin Tissard. The rider's like to be confirmed at the moment, so I'm not sure if he might run or not. He ran in February in Exeter, and he won the Devon National, and he won by 8.5 lengths. He beat the really good national horse, like through these normal national, not the Grand National itself, but other nationals. He beat Perfect Candidate by Fergal O'Brien's one. He beat him by 8.5 lengths. I think I watched that race and he done really well. And then he went to the Southern National, which I backed him each way, and he finished second in the Southern National, even though it was in heavy conditions. But hopefully he'll do well. He was running second behind Clady Glen, one of your favourite colours, Sean, by 13 lengths. So that's an each way selection for me, and I really want.
I was going to say, Jamie, do you think he might be an unlikely winner, maybe, to turn the Tizard Yard fortunes a bit?
I really want something to happen with the Colin Tizards, because it's just not like like we said before. It's like they've had a couple of winners, and then all of a sudden they've gone two steps back. And then they've had another win. They've had a good run, and it's like them good horses they've had so far. Lost in Translation and Fiddler in the Roof. It's just gone. It's just gone. Not the pot. It's just gone to.
It's just not clicked yet for them, is it?
It's not happening. No. And I really do feel for them, because I think there was something to do with Colin Tizard's daughter, because she was the main cog in that wheel.
They're missing the cog in the machine, sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's just not happening. And I really want, like, Joe Tizard and Colin to have a bit of success this season. Because there is a decent stable, because they've got the Fizzle Cracks, they've got your Lost in Translation, they've got others. They just need something that'll. I think they should have, like, a bit of luck.
Good luck. Fair enough, mate.
And then in the same race, and that's sort of my Brucey bonus in this same race, is in the same race in the Grand National, is Two Amigos. Each way, ridden by Matt Griffiths. I can't really remember who trains Two Amigos, but was finished last year in the same race in the Grand National, finished 5th. So he stays like the old mother-in-law. He stays all day. He jumped really well. He did run in a trial race in Chepstow, but that was the 2 miles 7, and he finished 2nd. And he was behind Secret Reprieve, but that was like a short distance at 2 miles 7. So he will stay all day. He will be going up with the pace when he starts racing. So he'll be up in the field. He should be there, thereabouts, and I've gone for Two Amigos as well for an each way selection. Okay. So that's the 2 for the Grand National. Over to you, Mr. Sean.
Fair enough. Just before we pass over to Sean, for legal reasons, Jamie thought Zari's owning his mother-in-law. I don't want anybody else to get mother-in-law to get the hump with them.
I doubt it. Mine's just over the road. They know where I live, so I'm not going down that road.
Okay, go on in, Sean. Wrap us up then, mate. Who do you like at the weekend?
Well, I'll keep it short and sweet. 2:55 Kempton Sylvan Yard Gonti race. I'm going to be honest with you. Mark has said everything that needs to be said about this horse. Imperial Aura.
Hold on, Sean. Can I just stop you?
Yes, we agree.
Are we're actually teaming together?
Yeah, and to be honest with you, that's one of the this horse could be special, right? Like, I mean, it won't. Now I'm a massive Mullins fan, Willie Mullins fan.
Really?
So anything that he said, no, yeah, surprised that. Anyway, that one. So anything that he tends to send over for the festival, regardless of price, I'll back. I can assure you now, Imperial Aura is one of my picks for the festival at the Ryanair. I love Min. It's a horse I've backed many times before, but I think Imperial Aura not just enjoys racing, but loves the fences. You can see the ears are pricked at every fence. David Bass is counting his blessings on this one, because it looks like a really special horse. Doesn't miss a beat. Gets quicker as he goes over the fences somehow. He's proven over Cheltenham anyway, and I think this race at Kempton, it's an okay field. I don't think it'll be the toughest, but I think he'll come. Yeah.
I think David Bass has turned his career over, and it's good to see. He's turned his career, and now it's good to see Kim Bailey going into all the winning.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and he's had so many. He's had like already this season. He's had such a decent season so far. But in my eyes, out of all the horses he's ridden, this one looks like the one he has most fun on almost. Do you know what I mean? It seems to be has to kind of work to get it into some of the fences. But when he just gives the horse that nudge as if to say, come on, you got to try, it just pings a fence effortlessly. So yeah, Imperial Aura for me in the 2:55. And then I'm going to 3:30, the Lanzarote. Now, this is one of my ones to watch. This is an each way shout on Glyn for the owners group syndicate that we're part of, obviously, Glenn.
Yeah, wonderful name, obviously.
I mean, it goes without saying, sir. But 10-1 at the moment. Obviously, if all goes ahead and declared tomorrow, it's a tough race for quite an unexposed horse. Second on his first reappearance this season, after his win in January, I believe it was. Well, technically come third, but I believe the Brendan Powell winner was disqualified for weighing in incorrectly in that race, so ended up getting second. Was a bit keen early on, never really seemed to settle, but was still always up with the pace. Wasn't going to win, good at 10 lengths off the winner anyway, but it was the first reappearance for quite a young, inexperienced horse. So I'm hoping from that effort, 10-1 shot, we go again. And let's see what it's made of.
That's not a bad price for an horse. It could be
demolished. The first run out, absolutely cantered home. It didn't even. I mean, it was a steering job for the jockey. Didn't even need anyone on board. It was one of those.
That was obviously wasn't it?
It could have been Doncaster. Yeah, Doncaster. That sounds about right. It was a massive winner. Again, first time out this season. It could have been a pipe cleaner. They obviously must feel that there's ability in this horse to go in a race of this standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
So at 10-1, it's definitely worth a shot. And I mean, if we're all having stab at the Welsh Grand National, I'm going to stick to the same colours I do probably every single Grand National and go Cloudy Glen.
Fair enough. You're entitled to do that, mate. You're entitled to do that. So
exactly. I know. We'll never differ.
I just can't believe we agree on something.
I know, that's a mad one. That one. You watch it go belly up as well.
Well, we'll tell the missus to keep an eye on you, mate, Mark, in case you faint at any point tonight.
I think I'm fucking in it.
But yeah, no, that's me done. But like I say, I like Hitman as well. I think it's a fantastic choice from Jamie.
Well, fair enough, boys. Some interesting selections there, and I think we've all mentioned some bloody good horses. In all honesty,
fantastic weekend this one.
I had a little look at the cards, as I say, when I got in tonight. You know, and I was a bit, 2 and 8, what ones to pick. You know, Mark, you mentioned one that I like, Riders of the Storm. I was almost surprised a little bit where I've been busy and stuff at work. I was a bit taken aback by how good, as you said, Jamie, how good the blooming cards are. There's some brilliant racing. And, and obviously we've just been treated to some brilliant races. So you you always expect that little lull, didn't you, between, and then you sort of build up, you know what I mean? And there you go, some fantastic picks from all of us. Fingers crossed, lads, we find some winners in.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Once again, as always, comment below if you want to get involved and you think we're wrong about something, or you agree with one of our picks, or you like someone that we haven't picked.
And a website as well, Glenn.
Website,
Glenn? Website.
Oh yeah, obviously the new website's up there. So check the moneyrider.co.uk website out. We're going to get Jamie's done another little write up on his stable stars that he's got, his national hunt runners. Jamie's got that up on his own WordPress, haven't you, Jamie?
Yeah, definitely.
We'll get it up on the website as well, so you can always have a read of that as well.
Okay.
Right then, boys. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Lovely.
See you soon.
Always.
See you again soon, lads. Ta-da.
We'll do that. See you later.
See you later.